York starting five. We've got Lee. Anthony is out there with Porzingis. Then there's Noah. And it's Rose in at the point guard.
And Robin Lopez, a guy never shy about doing the grunt work. But his offense, I believe, really underrated. Just a solid finisher at the rim. Also a great offensive rebound.
Now here's Wade after the miss from Joakim Noah. And that one's good.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And so here is New York. 4-point game. Rose goes in, and you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Now here's Rondo. Lets the 3 fly. The shot misses. Nice D from Rose. New York moving the ball around. Butler with the steal. Stolen by Noah. Here's Lee. Shoots it. Wade with the block. Butler from outside. The Knicks pull it in. Rose up on top. He's covered by Rondo. And Anthony gets it to go on the assist by Rose. Anthony's got his first points of the night.
A splendid pass that time by Rose.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Rondo kicks to Wade. Rondo with a clean look. It's rebounded by Porzingis. The Knicks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. Outside Anthony. Three-pointer. No good. So the Bulls will take it the other way. Stolen by Rose. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Just about 2 minutes into the game, first quarter of basketball. Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned. That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
It's Anthony with the drive, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I tell you what, I'm glad they didn't try, because somebody might have got their feelings hurt.
Now here's Lee after Dwayne Wade's miss.
And it became clear, thinking about the Knicks again. I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor to just battle for that lottery.
And so here is New York. Jimmy Butler unable to get his last shot to go. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. And again, Chicago, no good. The Knicks with the lead. Rose attacking, and that one's good. Rose has got 5 now.
You know, kind of packing it in for the sake of being better in the future can possibly work in New York for a year or two, but not longer than that. The media will eat you up there if you don't start making some progress towards winning, pleasing basketball.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And that one's good, Anthony.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Mirotic's shot is off.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Nice shot by Porzingis.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Yeah, they have really owned the interior. You've got to collapse that defense and force them to beat you over the top. Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Rose dishes to Noah. The shot is off. Good D by Lopez.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season, won the Most Improved Player of the Year award, really picking up his production in his 4th season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
Porzingis from outside off the mark. Bulls trail by 3. Passes it to Rondo. Shoots from the high post. Mirotic's shot is off. 13 feet away. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much, Greg, a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there. And most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions and finally transferred to a major college and worked his way into becoming a first-round pick. And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
Now here's Wade. He has 6.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot, play for play. It has been impressive.
Anthony against Butler. New York, no good that time either. Here's Chicago. Right now, they're on a 9-0 run. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. New York trailing. And it's Lee penetrating. That's good.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Butler kicks to Lopez with 2 seconds left, and he lays it up and in. Lopez has got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
And before the game, Carmelo Anthony talked about how he prepares himself mentally to carry this team.
It's easy. It's basketball. It's out there having fun.
You don't hear too many players, Greg, saying it's easy and they're not too concerned.
Yeah, or talking about possibly winning basketball games. But I have a feeling he's more concerned than he talks about, and when he says it's easy. It may be for him, but it sure didn't look easy for the Knicks last season.
Neither team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the 2nd quarter. Looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
I just like the way they're getting out on the open floor, taking advantage of all those fast break chances here early on.
I agree with you, Greg. I mean, they can run, and they've done a good job filling the lanes in transition.
And New York, looking at who they've got. They've got Jennings, Kyle O'Quinn out there with Anthony. Then it's Thomas, and it's Holiday in at the 2-guard spot. Rondo with it.
And injuries, once again, were a central theme of the Bulls' season last year. Losing Rose was one thing, but then having Jimmy Butler lose a lot of time put them in such a tough spot.
And Holiday, here we go. Mirotic grabs the miss.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, deterred them from those plans.
Knicks have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the 2nd quarter, shooting 40%. Wade with the block, and he recovers it. And Anthony with the basket on the assist by Holiday. And that's 11 points for Carmelo Anthony.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
That one's in there. The Knicks lead is cut down to 1 on the bucket from Rondo.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
And, Greg, you know, the defense has been very slow to adapt. I mean, that's 10 straight points now inside.
Here's Butler, and a strong finish with two hands. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Anthony nowhere around. Again, the miss by Anthony.
I tell you what, folks, I bet he won't miss that shot next time he takes it.
And Butler gets it to go.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Yeah, high percentage shots are what they are getting in terms of the attempts, and that's just not going to get it done. They've got to figure it out.
Little shot fake there got the D out of position. 13 points for Carmelo Anthony.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
Feeds it to Butler. Lets it go with the 3. The basket good off the assist from Wade.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it. And Dwayne Wade, as we know, one of the best in the business at blocking shots from that off-guard position. Hard to think of a guard who has had as many swats as Dwayne Wade in the past couple decades. One of the best ever.
The Knicks making a switch here. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Porzingis comes in for Thomas. Courtney Lee, he's checked in for Justin Holiday. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Brandon Jennings. Greg, you're talking about Wade on the blocks. Last season, he climbed up to 6th all-time in blocks marked by an NBA guard.
Amazing. Actually has the most blocks of any player who is his height or shorter in NBA history. Even with his explosiveness waning, his timing and savvy allow him to still be effective blocking shots.
And you know, Rondo, a strange year shooting the ball last season. For a good stretch, he was shooting the same from the free throw line as he was from three-point range, about 30%.
And Rondo drops them both. Greg, you were talking about Rondo, and his shooting woes have been well documented. Clark, he tried to tap into Dirk's old shooting coach to help him out while in Dallas.
You know, a good portion of this might be mental at this point for Rondo. He is getting to the point in his career where I think it is what it is for him in regards to his shooting.
Rose passes to Anthony. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And it's Butler missing.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
You know, the alley-oop is a great play when it works, but boy, when it doesn't.
Yeah, it can make you look silly. It embarrasses you. And we had a little silliness right there for sure.
And the dunk by Rose.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
To the middle. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Rajon Rondo.
And guys, Porzingis was almost a rookie last season, but he opted to pull out of the early entry and wait a year for this past summer's draft. Seems to have worked out for him as far as how his draft stock has changed.
Good on the second free throw. And Greg, you're right with Porzingis. It made sense for him to wait one more year. Clark has a lot to learn, but still comes over, as a much talked about player, a much better player than had he declared last season.
I agree with you, yet he'll still need time to develop, but all the ingredients are there. He's got a chance to be a really good player.
Yeah, the Latvian had a great shot for his height, and there'll be an interesting stretch 4 in the NBA.
Good call. Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
And the pass to Mirotic. Butler on the wing. Back to Mirotic. No good off the front iron.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, impressive effort from both on the backboard.
They're working in closer to the bucket here in the second.
Well, a three.
Outside Rondo, trying to find Mirotic, gets it to him.
Rondo with a nice dish.
New York's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. That's good. And that's now 9 points for Rose.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Noah with it. Wade picks him up. Nice shot by Porzingis.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Rondo dishes to Lopez. Pass to Mirotic. And here is Butler. Nice open look, but it's no good.
Nobody even close to him, and he can't believe he doesn't knock it down.
And the first half comes.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith, and for the Knicks, the first quarter was pretty even. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4. All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Carmelo Anthony really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And the defense was soft in that first half, and he took advantage every chance he could, and boy, was he throwing it down hard.
Yes, sir. He has had too many uncontested runs to the hoop, but even if a defender's gotten there, it's been posterized time.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for Chicago right now, Mirotic out there with Robin Lopez. That's Rajon Rondo. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Butler in at the three. The Knicks have gone 0-3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Well, nobody said, Greg, being in the NBA was for the faint of heart. The Knicks in a few short years have gone from a playoff team, unfortunately, to the worst team in the NBA.
Hard to fathom, Kevin, that the Knicks did enter last season with playoff aspirations, but that quickly vanished. They were just completely overmatched and overwhelmed.
Wade kicks to Mirotic. That falls. Nice speed that time from Dwayne Wade. Mirotic has got the game tied up here for Chicago. When you look at the numbers for Robin Lopez, Clark, they won't blow you away, but his impact is a lot bigger.
Exactly, Kevin. I mean, he's unselfish as a player. Does all the little things. He's not focused on his numbers or shot attempts, and that's a welcome deal for coaches and teammates. He just wants to help his crew win.
Here's Porzingis. Buries it from three-point range. Porzingis has got 11.
You know, he's going to continue to bury those if that's how they're going to D him up.
Rondo kicks to Butler. Back to Lopez. It's tipped. It's stolen by Rose. To the paint. Here's Lee, and he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Here's Rose. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. And now a 7-point Knicks lead.
And speaking of the intangibles for Robin Lopez, he's great at boxing out for rebounds and setting screens offensively. Again, things that there really aren't stats that are kept, but those are ways you can impact the game. And those are the kind of plays that often go overlooked. And Lopez, or as they like to call him, Rolo, an elite rim protector, just a really good shot blocker, but he doesn't chase blocks. He just challenges every shot inside without fouling.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Kyle O'Quinn is checked in for Porzingis. Thomas comes in for Anthony. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Lee. New York leading by 6. Rose kicks to O'Quinn. From deep three-point range, it's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Got that bucket in no time at all. 16 points for Butler.
Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
All sorts of time. Butler missing again. The Knicks have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Rose against Butler. Rose, no good. The Bulls trail by 7. And Butler, here we go. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game.
He's having quite the quarter here, guys. I mean, shooting the ball extremely well.
Rose kicks to Thomas. Outside Holiday. Good D by Lopez. Stolen by Holiday. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that.
Rose with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
The three-point shot has been a real weapon for them in the second half.
Yeah, they've really done a good job of creating good looks from the outside, and now they've really got it going.
And the shot is good.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on him.
The Knicks leading by 6. Outside Rose. Here's Thomas. Here's Noah. Lopez with the block. Out of bounds, Knicks ball as New York keeps possession of it. For the Knicks, Kevin Seraphin, he's checked in for Noah. And it's Jennings in for Derrick Rose. Seraphin kicks to Holiday. New York moving the ball around. O'Quinn, the pass to Seraphin. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
Out to Wade. A look from Rondo. Offensive rebound. Here's Mirotic. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Mirotic has got 4 this quarter. Jennings dishes to O'Quinn. Thomas kicks to Holiday. Outside for Thomas. He feeds it to O'Quinn. Shoots it up. That one a little long.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Knicks have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for. Around 80% on the season.
Those are good numbers for any team. I mean, they can feel extremely good about their free throw shooting percentage this season.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line. No need to rush here. They can play for 1 shot.
Yeah, and I think the way you do it, you're patient as you indicated, and wait until about the 5-second mark before you get into your play.
It's tipped. Outside Thomas. No good on the 3. We've got a great game on our hands as we welcome you back. The 4th quarter of action getting started. Bulls trail by 6. And on the floor for New York here in the 4th. They've got Kevin Seraphin. Porzingis is out there with Anthony. Then there's Jennings. And it's Lee in at the 2 spot. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. The Bulls shooting 47%, pretty solid. Wade on the wing. Jacks up a 3. And the Bulls get it back. Mirotic. Good work defensively by Anthony. The Knicks leading by 6. An easy 2 points on the layup. Anthony's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Knicks.
Not surprised at all. He's shooting it well and scoring points in bunches.
Here's Rondo. Here's Lopez, and he bangs it home with one hand.
And great effort on the boards, and what a move.
Yeah.
That was, Kev. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And you know what? Sometimes that's not even enough. He'll go around, over, or through you to get to the pumpkin. Such a huge play, guys. I mean, that's a 4-point swing possible. Tremendous steal and conversion right there.
And with the game literally hanging in the balance, a play like that is an igniter. That's where momentum can become a game changer.
That one's in there. The New York lead is cut down to just 2 points on the bucket from Wade.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
New York calls timeout. Well, what a season it was for Mirotic last year. Came on stronger for the Chicago Bulls. Continued to improve. Effective in the playoffs. Really a joy to watch in his first year.
And interesting, so much hype going into the season was about Dougie McDermott.
Yes.
And whether or not he was going to be in the running for Rookie of the Year. It ended up being Mirotic. Most years, he could have walked away with that award.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Kurt Rambis had to say to the team. He's looking for whatever they have left in the tank. He said, I know it's been a hard-fought game, but now's not the time to leave anything in reserve. If you're tired, come out. Otherwise, I expect you to be going all out, full speed. Guys?
For Mirotic, he was most valuable late in games, guys. From March on, he led the league in fourth quarter points per game.
That misses, so he splits the free throws.
And for that note about Mirotic, in the fourth, he outscored LeBron and Westbrook that month. That's impressive for any player, much less a rookie.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
And he's clearly been the best rebounder on the floor today.
And the numbers back it up, Greg. I mean, he's brought his hard hat and mean mentality to the glass with him today.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
Anthony against Butler. Lopez up top, just 5 on the clock. Ball's knocked loose. And right through it goes. Lopez has got 4 this quarter.
You start hitting a few of those mid-range shots, and it can open up your whole game.
Lee passes to Porzingis. Here's the 3. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place. Rondo drives in. Mirotic, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Knicks.
They've been penetrating with a certain amount of ease, guys, just as much in this half as the first.
Another thing they've done tonight well is share the ball. So many of their points have come off of good, crisp passes.
Rose, he's checked in for Brandon Jennings. Rose against Rondo. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. And the Knicks lead by 4.
And how about the execution, really when it matters most? He knew he had the height advantage and just got the job done. No need to pass in that situation.
Noah with the block. Rose kicks to Anthony. Some solid defense from Butler. Bulls have gone 6 of 13, so just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Guys, you know, you're not going to hit that shot too often. That's high risk.
Butler on the way. Free throw line jump shot. Here's Lopez. Got a piece of it. Outside Rose. Here's Porzingis. And the whistle blows. And it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
Yeah, he was boxed out and tried to get the rebound the only way he could.
Yeah, he got straight over the back and on top of. Subtle about that one.
Outside Anthony.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too. Melo having a terrific game. 22 points and 3 steals. I'll tell you what, he's made his mark on this game in so many ways, guys.
And he would have stood out just on the strength of the defense. But how about offensively? He's been clicking there as well.
And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. .109 left in the fourth quarter. Wade gets the bucket.
Big time bucket there, and you can expect to see him stay very involved the rest of the way.
It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing, defended by Butler. Some solid defense from Butler. Well, the Bulls shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. And it's Wade penetrating. Outside for Rondo. Bulls moving the ball around. Second shot opportunity. Good! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
No doubt about it. Wade has found the touch right now.
Clark, they'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see some long possessions out of them going forward. Boy, right now it's really tough to stop Rose.
Now the Bulls with it. And it's Rondo penetrating. Nails it! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
Well, Rondo has just been stupendous.
This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Anthony. Count it!
This is what happens when you allow Carmelo Anthony to heat up.
19 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
No time to spare. They need a bucket.
Without question. Then maybe a steal or a foul to get the clock stopped as well.
Rose kicks to Lee. Ball's knocked loose. Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. They trail by 4. Just 2 seconds left in the game. What do you think, guys?
And I'm sure the coach is telling them it ain't over till it's over. Yeah, but I don't know.
Well, it's not looking good for him. We both can agree to that, can't we? I mean, it's got to be a quick bucket, a quick foul, and see what happens after that.
So a close game sees New York take this one. A truly gutsy.
Joe Kim, plenty went right for the team tonight, and how you guys executed. What was the key to getting the job done?
I think we just moved the ball real well tonight. We played hard.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we have the opportunity to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Carmelo Anthony. He notched his season high, and his scoring really seemed to set the tempo for his team tonight.
We've seen so many performances like that over the course of Carmelo Anthony's career that we've got.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. Hope you enjoyed the show. From myself